Workers' compensation protects employees who get hurt or sick because of their jobs. It provides benefits like wage replacement and medical care. Workers give up their right to sue employers. This system ensures fair handling of workplace injuries. It helps workers recover while protecting employers. Workers' compensation is key to occupational health and safety in Canada. Before workers' compensation, injured workers had to sue their employers. This was often unfair and expensive. Workers had to prove employer fault. Employers used common law defenses. The system was inadequate. Industrialization increased workplace accidents. Public concern grew. The focus shifted from blame. Sir William Meredith, Chief Justice of Ontario, played a pivotal role in shaping workers' compensation in Canada. In 1913, he chaired a royal commission that examined the issue of workplace injuries. This commission led to the establishment of the first workers' compensation system in Canada in 1914. The Meredith Report introduced a revolutionary concept, the principle of no-fault compensation. This principle, now known as the Meredith Principle, forms the bedrock of workers' compensation systems across Canada. It states that workers should receive compensation for workplace injuries regardless of who was at fault. In return, employers are protected from lawsuits filed by injured workers. This no-fault system was a significant departure from the previous fault-based approach. It aimed to provide a more efficient, fair, and predictable system for dealing with workplace injuries. The Meredith Principle shifted the focus from assigning blame to providing timely and effective compensation and rehabilitation to injured workers. Workers' compensation boards, or WCBs, are the administrative bodies responsible for managing and administering workers' compensation systems in each province and territory. These independent agencies play a crucial role in ensuring that workers receive the benefits they are entitled to. They are also responsible for promoting workplace safety and preventing future injuries and illnesses. WCBs are tasked with a wide range of responsibilities. They process claims, adjudicate disputes between workers and employers, and manage the financial resources of the compensation system. They also work to prevent future injuries by promoting workplace safety standards and providing education and training programs. The role of WCBs extends beyond simply processing claims. They are active participants in promoting workplace health and safety. They provide employers with resources and guidance on creating safer work environments. They also engage in research and data analysis to identify trends and develop strategies for preventing future workplace injuries and illnesses. Section 5. Goals and objectives of workers' compensation systems. Workers' compensation systems in Canada are designed to achieve several key goals. These goals are interconnected and reflect a commitment to both individual worker well-being and broader societal interests. Compensation. Providing wage replacement benefits to injured workers who are unable to work due to a work-related injury or illness. Medical care. ensuring that injured workers have access to the medical treatment and rehabilitation services they need to recover from their injuries. Rehabilitation. Assisting injured workers in returning to work, or, if necessary, transitioning to new employment opportunities. Prevention. Promoting workplace health and safety to prevent future injuries and illnesses from occurring. These goals highlight the dual focus of workers' compensation, providing support for injured workers, and fostering a culture of prevention in the workplace. The system aims not only to compensate for losses, but also to prevent future losses by promoting safe and healthy work environments. Section 6. Challenges in compensating for psychological conditions. While workers' compensation systems have been largely successful in addressing physical injuries, compensating for psychological conditions presents unique challenges. Mental health issues, such as post-traumatic stress disorder or anxiety, can be debilitating. However, they are often more difficult to diagnose and treat than physical injuries. One of the main challenges is establishing a clear link between the psychological condition and the workplace. Unlike physical injuries, which often have a clear cause and effect relationship with a workplace incident, psychological conditions can be more complex. They can be influenced by a variety of factors, both personal and professional, making it challenging to determine the extent to which the workplace is responsible. Another challenge is the stigma that still surrounds mental health. Some workers may be reluctant to come forward and disclose their conditions for fear of being discriminated against or perceived as weak. This stigma can prevent individuals from seeking the help they need and hinder their ability to access compensation benefits. Section 7. Difficulties in assessing occupational illness claims. Occupational illnesses, unlike immediate injuries from workplace accidents, often develop gradually over time. This makes it difficult to establish a direct connection between the illness and the work environment. This is particularly true for conditions with long latency periods, where symptoms may not appear until years or even decades after exposure to a hazard. Proving the connection between an illness and a specific occupation can be complex. It often requires detailed medical documentation, work history analysis, and expert opinions. The presence of other risk factors such as genetics or lifestyle choices can further complicate the assessment process. The evolving nature of workplace hazards adds another layer of complexity. New substances and technologies are constantly being introduced, and their long-term health effects may not be immediately apparent. This makes it challenging for workers' compensation boards to keep pace with emerging occupational illnesses and develop appropriate assessment criteria. Section 8. Assessment methods and processes of workers' compensation boards. Workers' compensation boards assess claims through a standardized process involving medical reviews, employer reports, and sometimes independent examinations. The board reviews the claim form, gathers information, and may request an independent medical examination. Based on the evidence, the board decides to accept or deny the claim. Accepted claims result in benefits like wage replacement, medical expenses, and rehabilitation services. Section 9. Conclusion: the current state and future of workers' compensation in Canada. Workers' compensation in Canada has evolved significantly from a fault-based system to a no-fault insurance model. The Meredith Principle remains a cornerstone, emphasizing collective liability and no-fault compensation. Challenges include addressing psychological conditions and occupational illnesses. The system must adapt to new technologies, precarious employment, and mental health concerns. Ensuring fairness, sustainability, and a culture of prevention is crucial for the future. The future depends on our commitment to these goals and adapting to the changing workforce.